Hey everybody, here is the week 9, chapter 4 quiz access, problem number 3. The first thing it just wants us to do is determine whether or not this company, Sealy, owns the goods during transit. So there's a couple of things to think of. So when we purchase something, then we don't own it. Well, I guess it just depends on the whole thing here, because in this problem we have some where we're both purchasers and sellers. And so that can be a little bit confusing. So let's just talk through it. So the first thing is we purchase goods. So we're the purchaser, FOB shipping point. So FOB stands for freight on board. So if we purchase something and it's FOB shipping point, that means as soon as the freight is loaded on the truck, that belongs to us because we're the purchaser, and the ownership transfers to us as soon as it's loaded at the shipping point. So in this one, we're going to say, yes, this belongs to us. The second one is we sold goods FOB destination. So now we're the seller. And so FOB destination means it belongs to the seller all the way until it arrives at the buyer's destination. So in this case, since we're the seller, then we will still own the goods during transit. So again, yes is the answer. Here we sold goods FOB shipping point. So now we're the seller. FOB shipping point means that the goods become the purchasers once they're loaded on the truck at the shipping point. So in that case, if we're the seller, we load it on the truck, it no longer belongs to us. It now belongs to the buyer or the purchaser. So we're going to say, no, we do not have ownership during transportation or during transit. Finally, number 4, we purchased goods FOB destination. So again, we're the purchaser. And so FOB destination means it will not become ours until it reaches us because we're the destination. So this will be a no, does not belong to us during transit. So we'll check our work, make sure we didn't make any mistakes, and it looks like we're good. Let's move on to the second requirement. Sorry, I had to pause that there. From your end, it won't look like I paused it, but it will look like it came back to a different scene. While I paused it, I realized I was still on the check my work screen, so I clicked off. So here we are on requirement B. So if Sealy is responsible for transportation costs, record the entry for the shipping costs, assuming they are paid in cash. So in this case, if we are the purchaser of goods, and the transportation costs are $800 and it's FOB shipping point, which means they belong to us, then we're going to record their cost as part of the cost of our merchandise inventory. And since we're paying cash, we'll debit cash. Look at the next one. We sold goods FOB destination. Transportation costs are $400. So again, we're the seller. So at the destination, they belong to us until they get to their destination, which means we're responsible for the transportation costs. When we're the seller, we go ahead and record that just as a transportation expense or something like that. They'd probably want us to do miscellaneous expense. And then we'll show our cash going down. I'm going to go ahead and check mine since these first two, I think, are going to be the only two. Make sure I didn't do something wrong. Oh, it didn't like miscellaneous expense. So let me take a look at what other option it gives me. I don't know. Do they want other expenses? Did it give us instructions? Let's see. I don't know. So a lot of times in real life, people will either use something like there's delivery expense. I didn't see that one. So that's probably what it is. All right, but we're on the right track anyway. So let's take a look at the third one. We sold goods FOB shipping point, which means we're the seller. They're no longer ours once we load them on the truck, so we're not responsible for it. So this is going to be a no entry required. And then the fourth one, we purchased things FOB destination, again, because they'll belong to the seller while they're in transit. We're not responsible, so we're going to click for no journal entry required. We'll use our last check and hope we got it right. Looks like we did, so that's good. Anyway, so I hope that was helpful. And as always, don't be afraid to reach out if you have additional questions.